Happy New Year's!
Oh my god, you made it so far.
Yeah, you did.
And we're so excited to be part of this gaming community. Wait, where's my glasses? Pass me my glasses.
Oh. Let me put that.
We're so excited to be part of this gaming community this year. You know, we put together this list of top 20 games of a decade. There'll be games that's not on this list that you guys might not, be happy with that's not on this list. But we're excited about it because these are the games that we've played.
Yeah, only games that we've played, not games that we heard were great and that we didn't play, because there's a lot of those.
It's the definitive best games of a decade. Fact.
Fact at me.
Yeah. Number 1, Roblox. So Roblox.
Oh. Alright, we want to start at the bottom of the list?
Yeah, let's start. Okay.
Alright, we're going to start at the bottom of the list. Number 20 is Deus Ex. I would say both installations of the game, Mankind Divided and Human Revolution. Those games were great. I love them. I love the aspect of like choosing your style of gameplay from stealthy to like loud or even both. You can like disappear, kill a whole bunch of people and disappear, and they're like, where do you go? And then you can go hack terminals and hack turrets, and just like the layout of the maps were like perfect for me. It gave you both options, and I think a lot of games struggle with that.
Yeah, I love because everything you walk into a building, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
So like you can break through walls or climb to the vent, and it just feels so like dynamic.
And I like that you can even feel limited because like say you didn't, it's like, oh, I should have picked the wall arm breakdown, and you just didn't. So you're just like, well, now this probably would have been the easiest way for me to get through, but now I have to go figure out another way.
Which is just that type of freedom feels so fun to be put in a box and figure out how to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like the game is really fun.
And I also think the character Adam Jensen's fun.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. This game is really like under the radar, but Adam Jensen's a great character.
Yeah.
He gives me that Batman, but like still a lot more laid back than Batman because he does have like some little quips in there that are like disrespectful as shit.
He's like a detective that you would trust.
Yeah. Especially with like your life.
Yeah.
And the story is actually interesting. It has to do with the Illuminati, which is maybe that's why it's not so popular. Oh. Okay. All right.
Number 19, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
So good.
Yeah, that game is. This is a game where you get to make your own character in the DBZ universe, but outside of time. You get to go into different parallel universes, and they even have their own DLC that's completely new story.
Yeah,
and just by that alone is a seller for me on this list personally.
Yeah, and I also think that part of like the character customization, but you have to play with friends in a fighting game. There's not a lot of fighting games like that where it's like, Shinobi Striker, but with its I also think that the story is really like fun, and the fact that it's still the original like Dragon Ball Z story that we follow, but we're not playing Goku anymore. Yeah. Unlike a lot of the older games like Tenkaichi, you play everything from the story and you're playing as Goku, and you already know the story, but might as well give it a little twist with this time traveling thing, especially when you see like fucking Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. I got dumb hyped when I was transforming as him. And
I love that you have so many like people that you're trainers, like anyone in the series, even like young Gohan. For some reason, you can have him as your trainer or just someone that just like teaches you as a mentor, and that to me was just really cool.
Yeah, like your favorite Vados.
I'm just saying, like, if I wasn't dating someone, Vados could get it 100%. I know she's blue. I know she's probably like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, she's about like 8 feet.
I know she's.
I think she's about like. I would say she's 6 feet tall because they're all kind of short.
Oh, no, I don't mind. Because
I think
she could
be
14 feet tall. Vados can get it. That is the only character from anything I would ever say can get it.
Oh man. All right, on to number 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, the reason why it's this low on the list, a lot of people are gonna be like, what do you mean? Is why it's not number 1? No, it's not number 1 because first I waited a decade for the game to come out, damn near a decade for the game to come out, and I didn't feel like it delivered in the story at the end. I didn't feel like it just didn't. You beat up Xemnas or Xehanort, and then he's like, all right, I'm done being bad. But you planning for years to like destroy the world. Nah, you beat me, so Keyblade Honors Code. I have to stop doing bad stuff, and I'm gonna be friends with my old friend. And now that I know they're releasing the DLC, this was to fix the story. But if it should have been done.
Had 10 years.
You had too long to not give me the finished game. The gameplay is great, like amazing. The customization's fun. I love that you can upgrade your Keyblade, so I can keep the Kingdom Keyblade because I love that one. Simplistic design gets me every time. But yeah, and I love playing as like other characters. Like when we fought like as Riku, I thought that was fun. And his modern looking key I hated, but it was a cool concept. And the worlds were fun, but I feel like there should have been more. I feel like there was a lot less in this game, but I could just be like wrong, because I feel like maybe when we were on those planets, like the worlds, that the story was a little too short. Because I felt like, especially when I was in like Beauty and the Beast in the second one, I felt like I was there forever. And I like that because it wasn't like dragging.
Yeah.
And I felt like in this one it was just like really fast paced, and it was more like you can't like get the story done. But it was still a great game. I loved playing the little gummy ship thing because that was always like my little like personal thing that I loved about the games. But yeah, I just struggled with the story and honestly the delivery of the ending. All right.
Damn. Number
17.
I knew that. Number 17 is Dying Light. I almost said 2. Dying Light and / Dying Light: The Following, which is their DLC. But Dying Light is a game where you get to run around, do parkour, and kill zombies. But it also has a really like interesting story that brings you in, and when people die, you feel it. It has amazing online elements where, you know, one of your friends can play as this OP monster and zombie, and if they're chasing you and they kill you, you feel it. It's not just like, oh wow, he's gonna kill me. That's a big boy.
He coming. And he gonna tear me up.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh no, he coming.
But no, the game is just so interactive with what you can do. And that's why it's number 17. 17?
Yeah, 17.
Yo, my memory.
Number 17 on the list.
That's why it's number 17 on the list. It's a feel-good like game that honestly you can finish in 2 days, and you can just replay it again because it's so fun.
All right, number 16, Batman Arkham Knight. Yeah, Batman Arkham Knight is over those games, all the games under it. Because if you're a fan of Batman, and even if you're not, the story is honestly the best story that they had for the series. Some people argue Arkham City was better. I loved Arkham City, and I was that guy. That guy was Arkham City's the best one. No. But I played Arkham Knight, and the story with Scarecrow was crazy, and then he actually got to pop off that bomb.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't gonna happen because, you know, most superhero games you succeed before you fail. But no, this one let me fail and make me had to go through the fear gas. And then Joker is everywhere I go.
I love how he's such a prominent character, but he's not even alive.
Yeah.
Like, that is just dope.
And the whole ending scene with you playing as Joker inside of Batman's head, I thought it was beautiful.
That was fucked.
The delivery of Jason Todd, though, I felt like could have been done better if they didn't show us Jason Todd. Because everyone's like, who the hell is Jason Todd? And then maybe a flashback to what happened versus, like, we saw the whole story of Jason Todd, and then I was like, oh, look, he's Arkham Knight. And the Batmobile was overused. Extremely.
Yeah, it's a fun tool in the game, but when you have you need to use it for missions, it's annoying.
It's literally everything. You need to know how to use the Batmobile to succeed in that game, and that's not what Batman is. But everything else, the side stories, fighting, getting all the villains and putting them in jail, I think was so much fun. So you don't really see that, and I see them all just chilling inside of the cell and talking to them.
That was
it's they're just dumb mad.
Yeah.
And I thought they were great in the introduction of Pig, which is a very low key villain, but one of the more demented.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was great when I saw him in the game, but it's lower. It's in the middle, lower part of the list because of the Batmobile and Sleep of Batmobile, and the real ending being the Riddler trophies.
Yeah.
No one wants to do Riddler trophies.
Oh my god.
Don't force us to do collectibles.
They're already annoying before, but this game they just OD'd it. It was so annoying. So I just watched it. I did the normal version, and then I just watched the actual ending. Because I'm not... No. Next is 15?
Right. Number 15.
Jeez, we're getting through these.
Yep.
Number 15 is Fallout 4. I don't care what anybody says. Off rip. Two big things that people always say. New Vegas is better. I don't care. New Vegas isn't here. And also, but the building element was so stupid. The building element was such a cool add-on. A thing you didn't even have to do in the game. They don't make you do it. But it's a cool thing because you're in a post-apocalyptic world. You're a soldier whose duty is to save people. Wouldn't it make sense to make a shelter?
Yeah,
I just had to say that.
People are going to be so mad at you.
Why do I have to build my 504? It makes sense in the world, you dum-dum.
You dum-dum? We're in Massachusetts. Our home.
But this game does, like, you know, suffer a lot of flaws where, like, it doesn't have as many details as, like, the past installments or even, like, the Elder Scrolls series does. But it still has, like, so many interesting things in it that a lot of games still don't have as many details.
Yeah. Games like that.
And it's a change for the series. The music selection was just so cool. I felt like I was in the 40s, dog. I was doobie-doobie-doo. It was a good time. You know, the main story was, like, fun in a lot of parts. There were some hiccups and things like that. There's some of the Bethesda glitches, but, you know.
That's the charm of it, though.
It is a charm. This is the last game they can get away with, because we're not going to talk about the other one after. But, yeah, it's such a fun story just to roam around and, like, see how these people are dealing in this, like, zany, quirky, but, like, depressing world, and see how you impact it, and you really feel like you're your own person. I know having a voice protagonist made certain people upset, which I get, especially coming from, like, Skyrim. There are other installments, but you honestly, for me, I forgot about the voice. Like, his voice, I felt like this is who I am. Whether you play as Nate or...
I forgot her name.
But Fallout 4 is an amazing game where you could just do whatever you want. It's that same
Bethesda formula.
There you go. Good job. But yeah, next game is Uncharted, the whole collection.
Yep, number 14.
Yeah.
And it holds a dear spot in my heart, especially because it was, like, one of the more, like, first exclusives I played from PlayStation. And, I mean, the whole formula is just epic adventure with, like, history involved as well. Yeah, it may be, like, a little tweaked, but it's still history nonetheless. And I love the adventure aspect. I love solving the puzzles, going to different places, and finding, like, hidden treasures. Like,
yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are actually, like, one of the rare games where I feel like I feel happy finding those collectibles.
Yeah. I love finding those things and, like, looking at them and seeing, I'm like, ooh, I feel like an adventurer. And then Nathan Drake has probably the worst luck any human can have.
Yeah.
Everywhere he jumps,
even though he has, like,
breaks.
the most upper body strength anyone, like the stamina this
ridiculous.
Has, and he's such a charming character.
Yeah. And so are all the other characters. Sully.
Yo, Sully is clean.
Chloe. I mean, she's fucked me over a bunch of times, but I mean that's just the thing with baby girls.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I loved every single character. I forgot what the blonde chick's name is. Helen? I don't know, I forgot her name, but I liked her character too. I love that she was, like, a journalist and she was also, like, going everywhere. And you just having to bump into her sometimes. And everything's great about it. That's why it went for so long. And there's a lot of games inspired by it. Even though I think it was also slightly inspired by Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But, like,
it took that.
This just went to a new level.
Yeah, it took that and just innovated on it. And
yeah.
I think it ended at a good time.
Yeah.
Where it's just like we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, next one is
number 13, Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who are like, it's the best game of all time. I agree with you, but the games ahead are definitely a lot better. But Mass Effect 2 is great. It's a BioWare game, back when BioWare was BioWare, where everyone could trust them.
What are you talking? Andromeda was amazing.
And so was Anthem, right? But Mass Effect 2 is amazing just because of the decision making you have in between it, and you're the commander of your own crew. And in this one, you're preparing for a suicide mission. A mission that you will probably not survive it. And you're basically given the task to go and get these people to join your squad. And you have to convince them to, because some of them don't actually want to join you when they first meet you. They fucking hate you when they first meet you. Like Jack. You gotta get her busted out of prison. And that's another thing, it's more like when you're collecting these people, you're doing a mission with them, but they're all so very different. Like we were looking for one Krogan, and we ended up getting a whole tank bred one, because the original one died. So we're just like, well, it's not the one we needed, but we have him. And then he ends up being a great character. And every single character in that game is memorable. Everyone loves Garrus. Everyone wanted to fuck Miranda. Legion is a beast. You have Kasumi, Jacob, Joker, which is the pilot. He's not. You can't even move. He can't even move. He's like disabled a little bit. But you know him. He's your boy. He's your pilot. You can go talk to him. You can talk to every single character and form a relationship with them. And then, the end scene, sex scene. But, woo, if you get that. I think that traveling to different worlds and being the commander of your own crew and deciding who comes with you on certain missions and the way they interact with every mission, and it can always be a different reaction every time you play the game, gives that replayability too. So he's like, I want to bring this person on this mission, or maybe I should get this person to be loyal with me so that way that they'll survive the suicide mission. And getting everyone to survive was a big thing as well. Everyone was like, I need to make sure that everyone survives in the suicide mission. And you have to figure it out and see whose loyalty you should gain. I actually beat the game without Jack's loyalty, but things happen. And honestly, it was just an amazing game. Everyone loves it. It had a decent combat system. Plus, that was also the combo system that Anthem adopted, where you can do a primer and an activator. That's where the Mass Effect, that's where it came from, was from Mass Effect. Which was also, I love that system. I love pulling shit, and then you get to push the shit, and then they fucking fly and explode. You can choose your class. You can be a biotic, which is an enhanced human, or you can be just a regular soldier. You play the way you want. And the dialogue was amazing for that game, which Andromeda kind of lacked on. So that's why it's at number 13.
Andromeda should be number 1.
Alright, now hitting you at number 12 is...
Dragon Age Inquisition. This game means a lot to me. It's made by the same people BioWare before they goofed and fucked up. But yeah, it has a lot of the same elements where you build relationships with characters, you can take them on missions with you. But this one is just in a fantasy world, and the different places that you're able to go is beautiful and raises so many questions, so you just want to figure this out, and the game allows you to know so much while still holding you on a leash purposely, so you don't know that much until it's time. And you get fucked over a lot, especially if you play as an elf, because I played as an elf, and in any story, no one likes elves. But it's really cool that you get to play as so many different classes and different races and stuff like that, and you're the Inquisitor. You literally have to rise your kingdom up, and one of the best elements of that game is you get to go to your war table and choose where to put troops and what missions to go on and who you want to be allied with, and it just feels like you are the Inquisitor. You feel like a king that has to do it. It doesn't feel like this great glorious king. Some people worship you. I mean, a lot of people do, but you really get the hate too, where it's like, I don't like you. I don't like your decision unless you do this for me.
Dethrone and beheaded.
And you have to decide. It's like, do I want them as an ally or do I want this person as an enemy? And just having to weigh those options out is just so amazing.
Yeah, these two games that we just went through were the hard ones to put in front of each other.
Yeah.
Because both are very similar and both are very good.
They are.
Because even Mass Effect has those moments where you can decide what to do and it will bite you in the ass. Especially in the third game where you have to import your data and hope that you get the assets you need to survive this Reaper invasion.
I love when games do that. Just make you decide.
Yeah.
Because it's you don't expect it. You're just oh, it's just going to be a fun linear game. Nope. You gotta,
nope.
You gotta choose, dog. Number 11 is one of my favorite games of all time. Life is Strange. A lot of people are going to be like, what? Why is Life is Strange on there? But it's one of those games, until you play it, or certain people watch it, watch someone play it, then you understand. But it's a game of its own kind. I've still yet to see a game that's fully been exactly what this is. It's a game where you can rewind time, and it's not an OP power. Obviously time is really overpowered, but it's not meant for that. It's meant to have you as this teenager that we've all been in this relatable-ish school with these relatable characters.
I have no friends.
And it allows you to just go back in time and make the right decisions that you just wronged. And at the end you realize it's was that right? I can rewind time 1,000 times, but will I ever get it truly right? Because there are no right answers. So it just challenges the player on going on this, and it's such an emotional journey. that it leads you on, and you just have to make life or death decisions multiple times. That they build up in a very like good way. When they like build a character up like Chloe, they made sure that you hate her in the beginning because she's so annoying, and at the end you like start to like her. You're like, oh, I see where you're coming from. I see why you're so against the system because you've been fucked over. Your friend is
sympathizer.
Your friend is dead. This happened. That happened. It all makes sense. You build these walls when you get hurt, which is very relatable. So the game just holds a special place in my heart, and that's why it is where it is on this list.
Okay, now we're at number 10. This is my game. This one, a little bit of a cheat, but Final Fantasy 14 is my favorite MMORPG of all time. Even though I haven't played a lot, but I know that this is like a lot of people hold it up there. And for my personal experiences, because I'm going with my personal thing now with the game, it gave me an anime life. I got to I had my buddies, you guys know them, Phantom ZXE and Umbrella 9000, you can check them out. But we went in the game all together. We all started as noobs with a sprout next to our name, so we were signified as noobs. And we went on crazy adventures to new worlds, fought against a whole bunch of monsters, met like real people in the game that made it feel like a real world. We met a blacksmith who we became really good friends with. We met like other guild members who wanted us to join their guild, but we were about our own guild type thing. And we got married. That was weird. And then we also bought a home. And when we bought our home, it was like the best thing ever because like now we have a place that we can call home, we can go to. Even though not a lot of people go there, but for me, I always went home. Like anytime I needed to go somewhere, I was like, I'm going home, and I'm gonna go chill at home. And it gives you that anime like feel of it, and it's an anime life because you can do whatever you want. You can be a blacksmith, you can be a cook, you can go and make clothing, you can sell stuff on the market, and it's a player-driven market, so it just feels even more personal. It's like I can put whatever price I want, even though it does get toxic. All you people who put out 9,999,999 coins for anything, I hope you fucking die. But
hey, sometimes it's worth it, man.
No, it's not. Nothing is worth that much money.
I had to get the J's, man. I'm just saying.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is number 10 in our spot because it's the anime life game. Mark cried about it. Now we're gonna hit you guys with number 9.
Minecraft. We're doing Minecraft.
I think it's just because Minecraft is at this point in the list because it was innovative as hell.
Yeah.
It's a game you can literally do anything with.
Yeah. I mean, you said it best. The limit is your own imagination.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where a lot of people clown on it because it's a bunch of blocks, but it's the building blocks of life. That's why one of the reasons I think why it's blocks.
Yeah.
And you can make these worlds with your friends. He made a whole city before.
Yeah.
And you can make it your own. People made Sword Art Online in it. They've made
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z in it.
You can do mods and you can do anything with the game.
Like
that makes it so like. That's why it's lifeless. Honestly, it'll live forever. It died for a short time. It came back.
Yeah, and there's different modes, and so you can make your own world and play in survival, creative. I mean, you guys know.
Yeah, you played in adventure. If you don't know, then why are you even looking at this video? Honestly. To be completely honest.
But Minecraft is like people clown on it, but if you really look at what it is,
man, those people who clown it also played on it. I remember all my friends who were like watching our other friends on the PC. What are you playing? I'm playing Minecraft. Which a bunch of blocks. But then when it came on Xbox, everyone was like, I'm going home and play Minecraft. I'm gonna go farm.
There are people that just don't play it because they think it's stupid, but it's like just really because it's blocks. Yeah. But I'm like, if you can't get over that, I don't see, But yeah, that's why this is number 9 on the list. And then number 8 is
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, the story, because the game. We think the online is separate because they.
Online is.
They made it separate.
Yeah, online is its own world.
But GTA the story was just like, it was such a fun story, especially once you put a person like Trevor Phillips in a world. Things are scary and dangerous and fun.
Because the best part is like even if Trevor was there, which is like the crazy person, and a lot of people like Trevor, everyone still likes to play as Franklin and as Michael.
Exactly, because the other ones they're very interesting. They're all different people completely.
Yeah.
And the world just keeps you so interested with like the missions. Like before, like GTA Online came out, when you did like the big heist, I was in it. I felt it. Or just like the beginning heist, we got to rob the jewelry store.
Yeah, I loved it.
I was yanking. I was gone, and it was just so fun. And like, the music and selections of other games were a little better, but still, it was just fun just to like cruise and listen to it, and see certain people like rise and fall. Like when Franklin got to move to the mansion.
Yeah, that felt amazing.
That mansion was dope.
Yeah, I love his car.
Oh yeah,
his car was worth more than his first house.
I spent a lot of time just like buying clothes for all the characters. Like every time I would come on and I would make sure like Trevor looked like he wasn't dirty.
Yeah,
and it was so hard, but I did it.
The story, the characters were amazing. It was also like, I would say like I haven't played the other GTA's, but I feel like that one was the best story wise. It was long enough, but not too long where it's like I'm not doing it anymore. Because a lot of like other GTA games that I played when I was younger, I just played just to shoot around and drive around. But this one I played the story because I wanted to.
Exactly.
And the world's super wonky and exaggerated. Like I just love the exaggeration of like American culture in it because it's so cancerous.
Especially when you saw like the new Apple phone where you blew up.
Yeah, it was just like. It's a great game. The story was amazing. The characters, like the building of them, and 3 guys who are nothing like getting dragged into a bad situation.
It's such a good thing.
And being bank robbers. I feel like that does the game, like bank robbing in that game is so much fun.
And like when you have, at the end you have an ultimatum as Franklin, like who was the one who was basically in the middle of both, evils or whatever, I guess you could say. And you had to choose. I mean, the true ending is when they both live.
Yeah.
But like the fact that you can still,
crazy.
And it makes you like be like, fuck, like I feel bad. Like Trevor, like
putting down Trevor was hard.
Yeah, if you kill him, I felt bad because you see his life and you understand. And you're like, you just got fucked over. You have a mental problem that nobody's ever catered.
Yeah.
And then like Michael, I just felt bad because his family's just awful.
His family's garbage.
Terrible. And they always just blame him for everything. But he's still done like fucked up shit. So it's
for this game, it was a story that really brought it home, and the gameplay is still like fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It was GTA, but with a good story.
Yeah.
Now, this one. On to number 8, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, we're playing Red Dead Redemption 2 over GTA 5, and it's both based off the story, not the online. We know the online's better than Red Dead, but the story of Red Dead for us was a lot better than GTA's.
Story in the world.
Yeah, and the world in general was a lot better and harsher, I think.
Yeah.
It felt really realistic.
And just the mechanics of the game, like how you could like walk up to a dog and pet it. How just like small little things you could do, like there's a missing princess in the game. Not many people know about, but nobody's found her. And people are literally to this day still looking. The game's come out over a year ago. So it's like there's these cool, interesting things that they just put in the game. There's a vampire, werewolf man. There's a robot. Like there's just cool things in the game that.
A guy from the future.
Yeah, it keeps you so interested in the game. There's basically like either God or the devil. Don't know what he is.
That guy.
And then like you have a charismatic character like Arthur Morgan.
And he has a sad story too, and like this the story of like the gang itself. Like the gang as a whole was like, because the thing is when I played the first one I was like, I gotta go kill these guys. I mean my character knows them but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really care when I kill. I didn't really care when I killed them at all. I was like Javier, I felt a little bad, but like Dutch, nah, he was insane in the first one. I was like, this thing is crazy. He needs to die. But then when you see the second game, and it was basically the prequel, and Dutch is this leader that you feel like, I can vibe with him, and Michael Bell, but and you meet all the characters. Javier, you get to really know him. You get to know the other people who were in the gang that just didn't make it that far.
Yeah.
And you build this relationship with all the characters, especially like in those like small moments when you're not playing the game and like they're having that party at the house.
Yeah, you can just
and you can just stand there and just be there with them. You're just like, this is my crew. These are my people.
Especially those like a lot of the missions are just like building like character development for the other characters. So when they die, it really was gut wrenching.
Yeah.
And just the posse as itself was like kind of like scared, not scared, daunting. Yeah. Because like the end of Cowboys were done. Like they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But they were still trying to hold on because Dutch was trying to hold on. Some of them had like small hopes of it, but it's like it's like your time.
It's over.
Is coming, and then especially once like Arthur gets tuberculosis, you're like, okay, I'm on a timer. My life is on a timer. Yeah. So you try to make it count in whatever way you think.
I think it's the way they make the deaths also in the game. Felt like there's a lot of like impersonal deaths. Like Lenny, I think got it the worst. Like next to Sean. Sean got it bad.
He did not. He was such a nice guy. He was
Yeah.
such a nice dude.
He was charismatic. He was funny, even though no one liked him. but I liked him. I was like, yeah, you're that newbie.
Yeah.
That needs to be taught. But then he got it, and then the thing is, like, his was in a cutscene too, so it was like we got personal with it. Josiah was the same way. But Lenny got it when we were in the middle of a mission during the gameplay where it's bang, damn Lenny! It's like we can't stop. We have to keep going.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. If not, you will die with him.
And then like when you finally got to Tahiti, it's like your literal life is just like, wait, this is what we were trying to fight to get to.
Yeah, and then it ended up being worse than the situation they were in.
Crazy. It's dumb hot. We're in a chain gang. That's great.
Yeah, and like we had to help fight a war.
Oh boy.
It's like they just didn't get a break, and you felt that, and they're always on the run, and you felt that. Even when you got to those new areas that you camped up in, you felt like there was a part of you that's like, I want to stay here, but then everything went to shit.
And then even at the end, like when you get to do the prologue, it was still like such a fun time to just, you know, play as John before like the events of the first game.
Yeah.
And then just have him walk around and see how did he deal with seeing his gang fall apart, seeing his friends die before he had to go kill the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like that was just such a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
And also have answers as to like why Sadie and Charles aren't in
the first two games.
Because they're such great characters. Like why weren't they in it? It's like, oh, it makes sense now. He wants to have a family. She wants to go be bound down here. But yeah.
At the number 6 spot is God of War, the newest one.
Kratos.
Not the first one, the newest one.
Kratos. Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
The new one. We placed it this high on the list because I would say visually it looks amazing. Like I love the world, like how it looks, the Nordic tone of it.
It's so good.
The beginning scene where you fight against Baldur.
That was a superhero scene.
Yeah, you felt the power because the thing is you felt the power, but you also felt old. Like you.
Yeah.
It set the tone of the game immediately.
Yeah. Cause like just him fighting, but you see how like he's out of breath, especially at the end. You're like, oh fuck. But then he moves a mountain. You're like, oh well, you're still a god. I
am a god, but I'm a tired god.
Yeah. So it was just it was just so good. And like the world is so rustic. So when things happen, you're not surprised. You're like, oh, this world is harsh. I know that.
Yeah. And I think when they incorporated Kratos' son, it was like a lot of people were like, how Kratos gonna raise a kid? He was crazy back then. He climbed a giant and killed him.
Yeah, people were worried that like the Atreus was gonna be like one of those missions where you just like guide someone.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna be a nuisance, but he wasn't a nuisance at all.
No, he held his own.
He was never down, but like he was cool. You got to upgrade his shit. It was such a cool system.
And I liked seeing the relationship between Kratos and his son.
Yeah, very much.
Because Kratos is an old war man. Yes, it's old man Logan.
Yeah, literally. So you have to just see this like old like man that's stubborn in his way that doesn't talk much, try to communicate with the child, and then also try to tell him, "Yo, you're a god," and you see the fucking ups and downs.
I want to smack Atreus when he learned that he was a god. He
instantly went through his teenage phase like that. As soon as like, "Oh my god, teenager, I'm a bitch."
Yo, dad, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, it got different.
I hate you. It's like you don't hate me. You're just mad because you're a god and you think you're something. But it didn't it wasn't cringy.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of games do that where it's like cringy and it's like, oh, now he's being a teenager and it's like that's what a teenager's like. But like it gave me more of like, yeah, that's how some teenagers.
And it leaves you wanting more and also like sad at the end because you're like, wait, I didn't expect this.
Yeah. And
you're like, wait, I want more. Especially when you get the secret ending.
Yeah.
When like something happens and you're like, all right, I'm ready to scrap. Because I've been waiting. One of the downsides, I think, very few downsides, is like there were a lack of like big fights.
Yeah.
But it is a slower paced game.
And it's also old man Kratos.
Yeah.
And these Nordic gods are not to be.
They're different. I mean, he killed Zeus.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when he was a chaos man.
His shoulder wasn't all stiff like it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited, and hopefully in the next game, like Atreus is a little older. I would love to see him incorporate knowing what he is now.
Favorite scene was when Kratos was going home to get the chaos. I think that was like that scene gave me goosebumps, and it also felt extremely artistic. Yeah, because it went from like the green, lush, beautiful like forest, and then while he's in the boat building up this ridge because he knows what he's doing, and it's just he's getting angrier, and then the world is looking angry. It's getting red. and black.
I was getting scared. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you really, your body's like, just like, I need to go. My son could die. I need to go. Like, you were just in this, like, panic mode. I'm just trying to, like, stay calm and cool. Stay calm and cool, but, like, you still, you know, your son.
Yeah, and that build rage, like that rage. And then when I got to hold once I saw him lift the plank where he had, I was like, no, he's not going back. I'm good with the axe. And he was like, and I was like, and I was like, he has the Chaos Blitz. And then you start using them. It gave me back that God of War feel for that moment. Then it died down after that, but in that moment it was God of War. Just the fucking rage, Kratos, and that's why it's at our number 6 spot.
Now we're at the top 5. These are the definitive best games of all time.
At us. I'm ready for it. In the comment section down below, we're fighting.
Yo. Number 5. Minecraft again. No joke. Number 5. Horizon Zero Dawn. This game, like when it came out, everybody was talking about it. It was such a big game, and I knew instantly, because it's a PlayStation exclusive, I knew instantly this is going to be one of the big ones. And they're already making another one.
PlayStation does it big.
They really do. And the world is just so interesting. Like, you're in this world that's post-apocalyptic, but like it's really tribal in most places, because people have come back. So they have their own version of their own gods, but there's like walking animals and dinosaurs that are robotic.
I loved seeing that, especially the deer. The deer, I think once I first saw the deer, I was like,
there's this gigantic one that's like the size of a house, probably taller. You can climb to the top and just look as it's walking.
Oh, it's probably like a giraffe then.
It's big.
Oh,
like it's massive. Like it's the size of a dinosaur.
Jesus Christ.
And it's just like, it's so cool to see it, and like the story is really good too, because you play as Aloy, this girl who was like shunned by her village. And she's raised by like this, guy who she sees as a dad, and stuff happens between that. Not gonna spoil anything. But then you find out that you find out more about her. When she finds that out, you feel empty and you feel lost and alone, because you know that you have to save the world, but no one likes you. So it's
never.
Oh my God. But it's just a difficult thing to have to go through, especially as a young person. Or just anybody, it's so you feel the pressure, and then the mechanics are fun. It's a fluid game.
I gotta help people I don't like.
The bow is dope. She asked that early on in the game. She was like, "Why should I help them?" And like someone was trying to explain to her, I was like, "It's what you're training to be." She's like, "They didn't talk to me."
Yeah.
Because they won't. If you're like an outsider for them, they won't speak to you.
Why should I help anyone who doesn't? Yeah.
It's different. It's it's one of those things where sometimes you gotta put your ego to the side.
That's not me.
That's number 5.
Now we're going to number 4. Spider-Man on PS4. Yeah, not Web of Shadows, not the other Spider-Man installments. Number 4, because it did it right. I'm joking. That sounds crazy.
So well. Oh my gosh.
Spider-Man on the PS4. I don't pre-order, but I pre-ordered that game. I was waiting. I was like, Spider-Man. I missed Spider-Man games. I want to play one. Last one I played was Web of Shadows. And that one was good. But this was on a whole new level. Insomniac, you did a very great job.
I hate trophies. It's good because I hate trophies. I think the trophy system is stupid. I don't understand why people are trying to get them. I honestly don't. And I wasn't even trying to get it. But I played it 3 times and somehow I got the platinum. I somehow got a platinum when I wasn't trying to get it. I was just playing because I was having a good time. I got mad when I got my trophy because I didn't want it. Send it back. But the game is just so you want to do everything. It's one of those games where it's like, because a lot of Spider-Man games have things you got to do, but this one it's like you really want to go do it. I want to get all the backpacks. What did I leave in those backpacks? I want to do all those side missions. It was just so fun.
I think that's what made it amazing. It was fun. It was what gaming needs. It's fun, pure fun, without making me not want to do something.
Exactly.
Because Assassin's Creed used to do that with the collectibles. No, I didn't collect the flags. Okay, I didn't collect the flags, but I collected all the backpacks. I did all the little side missions, and then I think the thing that really got me immersed is everything about the game. So your Spider-Man, the swinging mechanic was amazing. All I did was swing around for hours at one time. One time I was in a party chat with this man, and all I did was swing around playing. I didn't even do anything. I was just swinging around in one area.
With the suits too.
Yeah,
the suits are
the different suits made it great. because you can be whatever Spider-Man you want to be.
Literally.
And then
so good.
I think even when you're swinging around and then like the crime, like things, like
Yeah.
little like crimes, like there's a meeting on top of this building, someone should go do something about it. I'm gonna go do something about it because I'm Spider-Man.
Yo, it makes you feel like a hero. And then
Yeah.
the story.
The
It made me not hate MJ.
It gave you character to her.
Yeah, it made me cry at certain points. I was feeling it.
Yeah, because like, I think the story in Spider-Man games are always good, but this one hit different. I feel like this did something different with Spider-Man that made it great. Because the Sinister Six we've always wanted in a game, but like this one did it right.
Yeah.
Like we got the relationship with Otto Octavius. We got to Aunt May is just Aunt May. That's my mom.
She's great.
That's my mom, man. And then I love the way they incorporated Miles into it, because like Spider-Man, like we were playing as Peter Parker, who's already been Spider-Man for a while now, and so he knows how to be Spider-Man. And then you have Miles coming up, and I'm like, Miles. When I saw Miles, I was like, we're Miles. And then, but they're like, you're playing as him. I was like, I'm walking through the streets. I'm Miles. I'm Miles.
And it was dope to like the DLC was so fun because it felt like a Saturday cartoon for me.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a more serious Saturday cartoon,
definitely.
but like
a
it was
Justice
just
type.
It was so good just to sit down and like play these things and continue the story and like see where the world goes, because it doesn't like, it's not a prequel. It's like it goes immediately after like the main story, and they all connect, and I just want so much more. I want give me 80 of them games.
I need to know who had the feels when they were sliding down the building, punching Doc Ock in the face.
I was in tears.
I was upset.
I was
like, mad.
I was hurt.
I felt like Peter. I was like, nah, you knew. Aunt May. You beat me up in the prison.
A spoiler, a huge spoiler, but when you have to like decide with the vial.
Yeah.
I was literally just like, my eyes were just going. I was like, but all I had left.
Yeah, like especially because like you thought he already had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He was losing Aunt May, and then it's like, oh, she already knew. I was like, she knew already. She knew. She's telling me it's okay.
Well, she's the real one. She gave me like money. She let me sleep in her office. She raised me.
Right. We're talking like we're Peter. We're talking like we're Peter.
That's what the game does. That's what the game does. And it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. It's the Dark Souls of Super. No, I'm joking. But no, it's a great.
I would say it's the best superhero game of the decade.
Very much so. Very much.
All right, on to number 3, Last of Us. I mean, it's not really a surprise.
Y'all knew.
Y'all knew what was going to happen.
Last of Us is just one of those.
Last of Us is just a perfect story.
Yeah.
A perfect story. I love the gameplay and I love the characters. I mean, Joel. The thing in the ending. If you haven't played the game, I don't even care. I'm going to spoil it anyway. It's not really a spoiler at this point.
It's been out for years.
And you build this relationship with Ellie, someone who's not your daughter, but we're going to start at the beginning. When you heard something was going down and you're playing as a little girl, I was scared. I'm like, I saw this, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad!
And they start off right because she gets popped.
Yeah, and then she dies. And you're just like, whoa, and then you're like Joel, and you're just like, whoa, hold on, I can't and then, nope, we're gonna fast forward time. I'm like, wait, but I didn't process that.
The game does that so well because
I didn't get it.
You have to move on.
I couldn't. I was like, Sarah!
It sucks. Also, one of my favorite moments, which is a lot of people's favorite moment, which I still don't understand why, but it felt so good when the giraffe was passing by in the street. Like, just seeing that, I was like, this world is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this.
Oh, I remember that part.
It was just so amazing.
Ellie was like, what the hell is
From
this?
that to the part where, like, Joel got fucked up and a little girl had to take care of her.
Yeah.
I'd take care of him. It was just... And then when she got captured, I was so scared.
Yeah, I was.
That running from that dude?
Yeah, I was like, get away from me.
Yo, I was terrified. When he saw me and I kept losing, I was gonna... Yo, dog.
Don't touch me!
Dog, he
like,
scared the dogs out of me.
And then it's like when you learn about like why she's like she doesn't get infected in that it's in her brain and they have to kill her to save the world. And I think it was a genius move to not give us a decision because a lot of people are like, I want a decision for that, but like no, you don't deserve it because we're not Joel at that point. You're not Joel once you had that decision at the end where it was like you're holding Ellie. You killed a lot of people to get to her just to give her back. No. And when you sit there, you see the Queen of the Fireflies. And then you're over here holding Ellie. And you're just like, Joel, put the girl down. Because like part of you is like, I don't want you to kill her, but this is for the betterment of the world. We need to. And he goes and shoots her and puts her in the car, drives to where Tommy was. And it's like, you just screw the rest of the world for your selfish reasons.
Yeah.
But in most people, like
He's
even in
thinking
most
like
people's
a
defense,
dad.
it's true.
Yeah.
That would happen.
I mean, it is one of those things that a lot of people are like, I wouldn't do that, but it's like,
You're not.
and
in that
I say
situation.
I wouldn't do it, but it's like when you're in that situation, you've already lost one daughter, and now you grow and like this person's already a daughter.
This is your
to
daughter.
you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna let them kill your daughter? Like it's moments like that in gaming that makes you like really have to like decide what you truly want to do.
Yeah, because like you're not gonna live that. You're not. Hopefully, we don't go through that. But
Oh no, man! Nukes kind of sound fun. You know, no nuke dropped in that game, but
Yeah, no
nukes
nuke
kind of
dropped.
sound tasteful.
And I love the concept of the zombies because it's more of the thing that's actually alive. It's like a concept, which is it's on a small level. It works on insects. It doesn't work on us. But like if it evolved to work on us, and then when you read some of the dossiers, you learn that you know like when you see them crying, it's because they know what they're doing. They're still conscious while the consciousness is taking over because it has the body. It's like I need to go eat, but you're conscious. It's like you can't stop yourself. And you know, I like those details that you see that they're crying. You see the ones that are too far gone, and you see the clickers who were just a whole other thing. And the bloaters.
Yo, they've killed me so much.
when you're over here trying to punch them, it's like I'm like, yo, how'd you get the martial arts skills?
You gotta get that ship, though.
The ship.
Yeah.
The ship.
Nail it in.
But yeah, that's why Last of Us is at the number 3 spot. Now this is the hardest two that we had. We had a really big discussion last night about where these
someone tried to avoid it.
He kept telling me to check if there was any more games to put on the list.
I didn't want to choose.
So at the number 2 spot is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Would you like to give them your explanation? This was a really hard decision for you.
It was an extremely difficult decision. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt was an experience. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people watch the show now, but before that, the game still was wildly successful. But the world is I see it as a parallel to our world, how you can easily, see how the grass is greener on the other side, because it's dark. Like, we live, at least where we are, we think our problems are hard, but then you see on the other side of the world, people are dying, people are getting hurt, and it really shows that in that world, especially when you mix the world with a multiverse and put a bunch of monsters on it, and it's in magic. It's very difficult to live. To live.
You can't even die right.
You can't. You literally have to be buried properly. It's such a crazy world, and when you get a character like Geralt, who's like such a tough person, like and so strong, but he's such a charismatic person, on low key, like high key, but low key, because he doesn't show it.
Because you gotta know.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can still have those decisions in the games, like, do I want to charge them for this thing? Or I could just be like, no, I don't. Because you could just be that type of person, and the people you interact with in the world that Geralt truly cares about, you know that he cares about, even though he doesn't show it all the time. He doesn't say it, he shows it by going. If he goes along with you on a mission, you know he cares. He's a caring person. And it's just a man in that story trying to go to find his daughter, his adopted daughter, basically, who's like way more powerful than him, but she's lost and people are trying to kill her. And it's like, he knows I'm outpowered, but I'm gonna try my hardest.
Yeah. And I love that, because even part of the world is it's being harsh, and I was like, I would be a hero, and I was like, I never took money, and then I realized I was like, you're broke.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And now you need to take the money.
Yeah.
When you find a job.
It's
and then
tough.
I'm like, damn, I should have took the money.
And the lore in that game is deep. It's deep and dark and rich, and it's just everywhere you go is different than the other place. Like right now I'm playing the DLC because I never played it when I first played the story. I'm in Toussaint. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. But I'm dealing with vampires, and they make monsters so much different than the average normal place things. Vampires in this have such a interesting and unique story that I haven't seen in any vampire before. We know the average vampires in our time, but play the game and look. there. It's
I
just.
think that's what it is. Like if you look, because that game you can definitely play and still have an amazing time. But if you look, it gets even better.
Yeah, like just read all the notes, look around, talk to people, see how people like. A lot of people will spit at your feet, but you can even figure out why people do that. Like why do people hate Witcher so much? And ask these questions. Look around. Like it's the game it's so big and so detailed that you're never gonna. Honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna figure out everything that's in the game.
Nope. There's always more to explore in that world, and I loved it. And visually, it was amazing too.
Oh my gosh!
You took like 1,000 screenshots on that game.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Like even when you stand, like, oh man, the last time I played, great story for this. I came out of like the big city. I forgot what. I think it was Novigrad.
Novigrad, yeah.
And I walked outside. And I was at the farmland, and it was beautiful sunlight, beautiful farms, and I was like, yo, this is really nice. And then I just kept walking through the field, and I stumbled upon some dead bodies.
Yeah.
And I looked to the left, and it got gray and dark.
Dumb.
And then there was a storm, and then music started getting intense, and I was like, bro, I was just in heaven over there, but now I'm in hell. And that's what the world is.
It's oh man, it's so dope.
It's crazy. Oh my god. Witcher.
But that's number 2 on the list.
Now, at number 1.
Number 1 is Skyrim. The Old Kingdom. I'm Dovahkiin. Dova! Skyrim. Skyrim is our number 1 because it is the Old Kingdom. It's the place where we reside. We go to lay our souls at rest in Aetherius.
Oh, I hate when them people do that. I hated them.
But
shut up about Aetherius.
Skyrim is a sprawling, beautiful open world where the sky is the limit. Skyrim is low key, like
it's medieval Sims.
It's a non-block version of Minecraft.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
And the fact that whatever you want to do, you can go and do it. If you want to be a thief, you can be a thief. You want to be an assassin, you can be an assassin. You want a family, you can have a family.
I can have my wife and kid live in a swampy home.
Legitimately. And it's... I
can get a dog named Miko.
And it
from a shack.
It has so much... he's such a good boy.
The goodest of boys.
It has so much, lore in it, too, where it's people, get married. They don't get married the traditional way. You need to get a necklace because Skyrim is harsh.
Yeah.
So we don't really have time for love. We just have to produce, which is dark as fuck.
That's sad.
It's really sad. But it's a game that's revolutionized gaming and open world games and how much detail a person can truly put into it. Well, people can truly put into a game and an experience.
And I love the fact that we said before, it's you could be Dragonborn, but you don't have to be. Because
don't.
Even if you say you don't go and go to Whiterun, you never go there, you don't get any shout. You're literally a shoutless man, which means you're just a man.
Exactly.
You're not Dragonborn, you're a thief.
You can go to school to be a wizard. It's clean.
Yeah, I actually liked the wizard.
That was really fun.
I actually enjoyed being there. I just wish there was more with it.
Yeah.
But it was still it was enough for me.
Exactly.
And when I had the Eye of Magnus, I was like, poof.
And once you're in Skyrim, you have to deal with all the squabbles of Skyrim, where if there's a civil war going on, there's a lot of racism going on.
Damn Stormcloaks.
Depending on who you are, what you chose to be, you're in the middle of it. I mean, either way, you're in the middle of it, but it comes with different facets of that.
It does. Fucking Ulfric, man. You can be a thief, you can be an assassin, you can be a werewolf, you can be a vampire, you can be, with mods, you can be an Atlantean, I was.
And literally, the thing, one of the great things about Skyrim is if certain side quests will dictate how the world reacts. If you're an assassin and you assassinate this one woman from somewhere, she commits suicide because that's her last daughter, and she feels alone and sad. And you see her suicide note that. A lot of games don't do that. That's dark.
Or when you kill somebody that someone's close to, they're I know who you are. Get out of my sight.
Yeah.
And I'm
or if someone randomly dies in the world, some dude will come and be like, yo, here's your inheritance.
It's oh, I didn't even know
who is this?
The thing is, when I got it, I knew who it was because I always knew because I remember the first blacksmith that you meet in Whiterun, that dude, I got his inheritance because I was I went to him a lot. And then when my boy the one gray man I like from the companions, the man who controls the Skyforge, when he died, he passed away in my game. He died in my game, and I I was like, yo, that hit different because like I always went to him for everything. I went to the Skyforge to make my Skyforge steel.
I was a werewolf when I did the Assassin's Guild. So when I went there was another werewolf there. So when he died, I was hurt. Like I tried to go back and pass save and save him so many times, but the game was like, nah, dog, he's dead. And I got hurt. And you get betrayed. You get betrayed by people.
Yeah.
You get fucked over, like people by a lot of people. Like a lot of people also don't believe in you because the world is so harsh. They'll send you on a mission. You'll come back. Oh, I honestly didn't believe you'd come back alive. Why'd you send me? Like it's.
Oh, and the Daedric Princess.
Clean.
Yo.
Clean.
What is that one with the beacon? Meridia? Yeah, I hate her. I hated fighting her. Like the thing is like.
Yet another champion.
Yeah, it's like I know who you are. Every time I hit level 15, I find your beacon in some fucking cupboard or inside of a little locksmith chest that I was robbing from. I was in the middle of stealing from, and now I'm hearing your voice while I'm trying to sneak out.
Whenever I open a drawer and see it or like anything, I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. The one I did always, I only got with the ebony armor, not the one that you craft with the ebony armor from the Daedric Prince of Boethia. I didn't know how to get it, but I didn't know you had to be like level 30 something to get that mission.
Also,
so it took me a while to get there because I was like, I played the game slowly. I'm a really slow gamer.
Talk about Ebony, like the Ebony Warrior.
Yeah,
he's such a question mark.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he's a red guard.
Who are you?
Like, why does he know how to shout? Where did he learn? Like, where did he come from? Why was he so ready to die? Why was he so bored? Like,
what was his story?
Yeah, like,
can we be the Ebony Warrior?
Like, I want
to know his story.
Low-key, that's funny because Ebony is black and he's a black guy.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about
the
that.
Black Warrior.
That's dumb funny.
He couldn't be the Malachite Warrior.
But he was he was a formidable foe.
I didn't fight him.
Oh, he was. I
didn't know of his existence.
He was tossing it, dog. Oh,
was he in an update or something, or was he in the base game?
He was in the base game, but you have to be a certain level.
Yeah, because I remember like not a lot of people talked about him when the game like was like first out.
It's because you have to be like I think it was like you have to be one of the highest levels. Yeah,
80s, 90s there. He was
powerful.
Bro, even Mirak was a problem for me.
Mirak was annoying.
I hated him. I think the problem with that DLC was that how early it could happen, and when you're starting out, you don't want any limits, and he limits you when you first start the game. Where he's like, "I'm taking that soul. I'm taking that soul. I mean, maybe you can have this one. Nah, I'm taking it." And it's like, can you just leave me alone? Let me get a soul for once.
Yeah. But that just shows how much character the game has.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, it makes you feel.
Yeah,
it's a world.
And everyone plays it so differently. So like, you'll meet people in real life because the game is so big and brings a community. Like they'll be like, "So, Greyman or Battleborn?" And you're just like,
Battleborn.
You asking? You gotta back up with them questions. Like it's a political view.
Yeah.
Like this game has political views where sometimes you're just like, I might opt out of this question because I don't want the smoke. I don't want it.
When I first walked the Greyman or Battleborn, I'm like, who are you and what is that?
Yeah, I'm not answering that.
I'm not from here.
Thank you. I need to know more. Sorry, I'm ignorant. Bye. But yeah, that's why Skyrim is so high on this list.
It brought people together too.
Yeah.
The whole like, I'm a 2K Call of Duty player, but everyone was playing Skyrim. It didn't matter who you were playing Skyrim. It even got some of my friends who weren't into the fantasy thing to even buy ESO.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online, for those of you who don't know abbreviations.
It's a game where it's like people just want more. That's why like Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out, but like it's probably gonna come out in the next 5 to like 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like it's when a game makes you like crave the next one, you've done something good. Yeah.
Yo, that decision to kill Parthenax, did you do it?
Mm-hmm. I killed him one time.
I killed him one time. I realized the blades weren't worth it.
I think it was the first time just because like I was like I understood both sides.
Yeah.
He had a lifetime of solitude to like figure it out. And to like be like, maybe I should like not be a bad guy or whatever.
Maybe I shouldn't kill people.
But they also live really long, so for him that might have been just like a couple months, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I couldn't. The first time I was like, you kind of did. We kind of were fucked up, you know. It's
I
like
know the blades weren't even worth it. You can only initiate like 3 people into the blades. I wish they would have expanded on that, but I mean, it was such a massive game, so I don't blame it. And it had enough that I didn't really care.
But that's our top 20 list of games of the decade. If there's something on here that you wish were on here, it sucks to suck.
Put it down in the comments below.
Yeah.
And give us this video as a like and share it.
And
to
we're gonna
everyone.
ignore you. No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna read it but not respond.
We're gonna interact.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk to you guys.
But this decade has been so beautiful and adventurous and dark, full of gaming. It's just it showed that gaming is so much more than just nerds eating Cheetos and stuff like that.
Eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew.
It's an experience. It's reading books. It's watching movies. It's so much more than those things. It's the best medium.
Yeah, because like my dad even says a lot. He's an older man. He's like, I was like watching a movie, and I'm like, yeah, that's why
it's
play.
like being in a movie.
You're in it. You are the movie,
and
everything's revolving around you.
And things are getting so much bigger. Technology's getting so much better, and we can only hope for more in the next decade. So also down in the comments below, put what your favorite game was, but also put what are you looking forward to in the next decade, like any games or technology, like to get better. Like what do you want in the next decade? We want a lot of things, and we hope a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to go into this next decade with you guys. We're Pop World. Peace.